The man ain't asking for much at all, you know.
I get a headache, it's wrecking my nerve. I just can't believe only a card I deserve. She tell me how much she love me and how much she really care. How much I make her happy and no one else can compare. But Lord, you know I love she bad. Although I know I get in care. Whoa, the only thing I get was a card. She could have buy me a fishing rod or even a new iPod, but every year faithfully is a card she giving to me. Whoa, every year I get in a card. Whoa, every year I get in a card, and it hurts so bad. She could have buy me a handkerchief or simply give me a kiss. She gonna buy me some Timberland or a rhythm box for my band. She gonna buy me some jewelry or even make love to me. But things must be really bad, cause the only thing I get was a card. All I get on Christmas Day was a card, and it hurts so bad.
I gotta hurt, man. If you're doing so much for her and she does so little for you, all I get is a card. Imagine. Not good at all. Saying good morning to Danielle. How you doing, girl? How's Nevis? I hope you're behaving yourself. You know, Christmas is coming, eh? The goose is getting fat. Fatter. Hey, 30 minutes down after the hour of 9 o'clock, and we have SKELEC PowerTalk coming up next. You stick and stay right where you are. But in the meantime, we're going to find a way to get Santa to the Caribbean, man. Some way, somehow, he's going to have to ride around on a donkey.
Christmas is coming, every child is hoping. Dear old Santa will come calling. Ho, 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 ho. How will Santa get here? Promise from Mama, promise from Papa, that come Christmas there'll be many gifts from Santa. Ho, 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 ho. How will Santa get here? There is no reindeer in my country. He'll have to borrow me neighbor donkey. Oh, 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 oh. How will Santa get here? Oh, 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 oh. How will Santa get here? Has no snow, the house has no chimney. So how will Santa really get to me?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. How will he get here? I don't know.
If his house is so far, far from Antigua, how he's going to get across all that water? Oh, 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 oh. How will Santa get here? There is no reindeer in my country. He'll have to borrow me neighbor donkey. Oh, 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 oh. How will Santa get here? Oh, oh, oh,
Oh,
oh, oh, oh.
uh-huh.
How will Santa get here?
I heard Santa's exercising now, man. He's not as big as he used to be, so he'll be able to jog across, you know. Get around to where he wants to go. Hey! I want to say a very special good morning and happy birthday to Carmen Hodge, all the way in Atlanta. She's celebrating birthday today. Let's big up Carmen, man. I hope she have a wonderful, wonderful day today. Don't let anybody spoil your day now, Carmen. Enjoy it to the maximum. Go on out and have fun, and feel free to patronize yourself. You know what I mean? Pamper yourself. Don't wait on anybody to do so. But in the meantime, Sister AG out of All Road says to big you up to the maximum, man. Wish you all the best with God's blessings and lots of love coming your way on your birthday today. Carmen Hodge, Atlanta.
Christmas is coming, every child is hoping. Dear old Santa will come calling. Oh, 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 oh. How will Santa get here? Promise from Mama, promise from Papa, that come Christmas there'll be many gifts from Santa. Oh, 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 oh. How will Santa get here? There is no reindeer in my country. He'll have to borrow me neighbor donkey. Oh, 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 oh. How will Santa get here? Oh, 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 oh. How will Santa get here? Has no snow, the house has no chimney, so how will Santa really get to me? Oh, 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 oh. How will Santa get here? If his house is so far, far from Antigua, how he's going to get across all that water? Oh, 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 oh. How will Santa get here? There is no reindeer in my country. He'll have to borrow me neighbor donkey. Oh, oh, oh.
Well, the neighbor say he has no donkey anymore, man. Somebody stole his donkey. Santa boy, you're getting knocked out again. And please wear your mask over those crummy beds, huh? Santa! We're not giving you any break, man. You know, all these years, Santa ain't bring me no toys. I ain't playing with Santa at all. And you know, Caribbean kids ain't sitting on the Santa lap. Ain't trusting Santa at all, man.
Mama wouldn't lie.
Really?
Papa wouldn't lie.
You sure about that?
As you close your eyes, Santa coming by. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. How will Santa get there? A big bag of goodies down for the West Indies. Still I have a question. What's his transportation? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. How will Santa get there? There is no reindeer in my country. He'll have to fly on Liatobiwi. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. How will Santa get here?
I tell you how will Santa get here. When Santa gets here, we're going to power him up, man. SKELEC is here to get you in the mood for some goodies for our Christmas season. I'm sure of that. For some reason, the folks in the studio has a smile on their face. Look like we might be getting a discount. I don't know. Sneaking in something here. You know, so we got the good folks here from SKELEC. We'll be up next in just a minute or so. And they're going to tell you what's happening there on PowerTalk today. You stick and stay right where you are.
SKELEC Radio, entertaining the nation, enjoyed by the world.
PowerTalk, SKELEC's new electrifying 15-minute radio program, features on ZIZ every first Wednesday of each month. Tune in for the latest information on what's happening at SKELEC. Learn more about doing business with us and the services we offer. PowerTalk, powered by SKELEC.
Every first and third Wednesday at 9:30 a.m.
All right. Good morning to our lovely folks there in the studios. How are you guys?
We're doing well, Wani. How are you doing,
I'm
Wani?
wonderful. With the smile on your face, I assume there's some goodies coming. For
The goodies
the
are
valued
not
customer.
yet. Wani, you're in a very festive mood right now, and I appreciate that. But
always
the
in a
goodies are a few weeks away. I have already gotten the approval for the goodies, so the goodies will come next month. I hope that you are here, Ronnie, when I have
I
my
hope so
goodies.
too. I hope so too. If not, I'm gonna sneak in somehow. You know.
But I will ensure that I leave one here for you.
All
then.
right, I appreciate that.
But today we are discussing Energy Month here on Power Talk. Good morning and welcome to another edition of Power Talk. My name is Patrice Harris and I'm the Corporate Communications Manager at SKELEC. This morning with me I have two gentlemen who are no strangers to this audience because they were here about 2 weeks ago discussing Energy Month. And Energy Month, there's so many things that are taking place and we felt it was important to come back again and discuss what we've been up to for Energy Month. SKELEC is a proud partner of Energy Month with the Ministry of Public Infrastructure, specifically the Energy Unit. And that is why this morning I have Dr. Bertil Brown, the Director of the Energy Unit, and Mr. Denacio Frank, the Energy Unit Officer here this morning to discuss what's been happening for Energy Month. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
And how are you doing?
I'm doing well.
There should be no nerves because you are accustomed to being here with Patrice. So we have smiles now. I'll allow you, Mr. Franks, to discuss this morning, Mr. Frank, that is, what's been happening for Energy Month.
Yes, good morning again on Radio World. So far, we've had a few activities. On the 31st, the Minister with responsibility for energy, Honorable Sean Richards, he gave an address. And on Saturday, that same Saturday, the 6th of November, we went to the Molyneux Seventh-day Adventists to worship with them. We also started one of our competitions, is a door decoration competition among the primary schools, and that has been going great so far. We've had a lot of support from the supporters of the schools.
Can you tell us which schools entered that competition?
Yes, we've had 5 schools within St. Kitts and Nevis. It's the Sandy Point Primary School, the Dean Glassford Primary, the Tyrrell Williams Primary, the Ivor Walters Primary in Nevis, and the St. Thomas's Primary in Nevis as well.
So 2 schools from Nevis
2
and
schools from
3
Nevis
in
and 3
St.
from
Kitts.
St. Kitts.
So it looked tight.
Actually, there's the top 3. Because there's actually a social media aspect and then there's judging as well. But in terms of the social media, it's very tight with the top 3 schools right now.
So if persons want to be able to see these videos, where can they find them?
Yes, the videos are on Facebook primarily. They're also on Instagram, but you have to look for hashtag SKN Energy Month.
Okay. So the winners, when will we find out who are the winners of that competition?
The competition ends on Friday, so look out for the winners on Friday.
Okay, no problem. And what else has been happening for Energy Month?
Yes, Saturday, this past Saturday, we were on Totally for Kids, and we did some question and answers and gave out prizes. We have another competition that started yesterday, actually. So the high schools are doing a project, a renewable energy project, and they're presenting right now. So on the same hashtag Energy Month, you'll start to see high schools presenting their videos. And we have 5 high schools, 1 in Nevis, 4 in St. Kitts. So it's the Charles E. Mills Secondary, it's the Washington Archibald High School, the Basset High School, the Cairn High School, and in Nevis we have the Nevis International Secondary School. So again, hashtag SKN Energy Month, and you'll start to see the videos.
So you're saying that the schools were responsible for putting a project together based on particular themes?
That's correct. So they had a random theme selected from a pool of themes. So Charles E. Mills is doing solar energy. Nevis International is doing wind energy. Washington Archibald is doing energy storage. Basset High School is doing hydro energy. and Keon is doing biofuel biomass.
Okay. And so far, looking at the videos, you think that the students would have done a good job, or what are your thoughts?
Like, my mind was blown when I saw the videos coming out yesterday. I did not expect what I saw. I was very, very impressed.
So we'll take this opportunity now to say congratulations and thank you to all of the students who would have participated, all of the schools. We know that schools are very competitive, and it's probably because they haven't had many competitions in a while, why they would have really put their best foot out. But I'm looking forward to seeing the finished product, to see who the winners are going to be. And this event is actually sponsored by SKELEC. So we've powered this event and we're right there with you. So I want to see how best you can represent SKELEC and probably give us some ideas.
That's right. Okay, so we also have a health walk coming up this weekend, the 20th, this Saturday, from 5:30 a.m. from the Caribbean Cinemas in Buckley's to the third roundabout in Frigate. And there will be breakfast on sale after the walk. That's this Saturday coming, the 20th of November. And then on the 29th, we're going to have a youth parliamentary debates. It's going to be 2 debates, but one of them is going to focus on energy, the energy policy. And then on the 30th, we're going to be back on ZIZ for a virtual energy fair. And that's going to last like through the morning.
Okay. So for the health walk this Saturday, persons can just show up? Is there a sign up that they need to do, or how does it work?
You show up, preferably wear green. We want you to wear green. And there's a register that you have to sign when you come to the event. The first 5 persons at the event get prizes.
Okay.
So be early.
All right, and 5:30. It's a bit dark at that time, but 5:30 on the dot, right? And the breakfast is at the Frigate Belon.
Correct.
And the price of the breakfast is how much?
$15.
Very, very cost-effective breakfast. Wonderful. So far, Denisio, do you think that persons, how has this support been so far for the activities for Energy Month?
It's been great, especially the social media aspect of it. The schools, they've been pushing. They've been really pushing.
Okay, wonderful. Now, the theme for Energy Month is from dependence to resilience, fueling our recovery with sustainable energy. Now, I know that the energy unit in particular is responsible for different types of projects and initiatives, especially those related to energy efficiency and renewable energy. Can you give us just really briefly an idea of what some of those projects are?
Alright, so with respect to energy efficiency, right now there's a project going on where we're replacing all the existing street lights with LED lamps. And that's both the street lights and the sports lights as well. If you've been driving on Kim Collins, you'll notice there's a land clearing. That is supposed to be the site of a 33 megawatt solar farm with a 44 megawatt battery storage, and that's going to be in the Basia Valley. We are going through ongoing negotiations with for a wind farm that's going to be in Bellevue, because we want to take advantage of the resource that we have in the northeastern coast. We're in negotiations for a waste to energy plant that's going to be in the landfill. We're also pursuing geothermal energy. And we want that, we have volcanoes in both St. Kitts and Nevis, so we want to take advantage of the geothermal energy that we have, because we have a lot of potential in St. Kitts and Nevis for geothermal. We're also pursuing a desalination plant, and that is going to be partially solar powered. So that will help us with a lot of our water issues. So we want to start a pilot project for desalination, and we're going to power with solar.
These projects are quite interesting. I'm excited to learn about them because we are a small island and we obviously feel the impacts of climate change, and to be able to engage in this type of renewable energy to reduce our fossil fuel use will have great benefits to St. Kitts and Nevis. So I'm excited to see when the wind farm goes up and when the solar farm goes up and the desalination plant. You always learn about these things in high school, but to actually see them coming to fruition in your country is quite exciting. Now, as I spoke about climate change, because of climate change, there are different types of initiatives that we have to engage in to help us with our resilience. Meaning, how best are we able to cope with some of the challenges that arise from climate change? So walk me through what that means for the ministry and the department in particular when we speak about resilience in the energy sector in particular.
Okay. Not just climate change, but resilience in general. From time to time, you would have events and challenges within the energy sector that has the potential to disrupt the supply of energy. And a resilient energy infrastructure would mean that when these events happen, they will have minimal effect on the system. They wouldn't cause the disruption in the supply of energy. If there is a disruption, it would be localized. If it's a major event and the system, there's a disruption, it is restored in a very short period of time. I would give you an example, and we'll use the electricity grid. A branch drop on some overhead electrical wires. We wouldn't expect that to bring down the whole of the electricity grid. It would be localized just in the area that is supplied where that branch is dropped. But then you have other things, for example, a hurricane that may bring down the entire system, usually a hurricane. We would want to put things in place to make sure that the restoration is quick, minimize the impact, in fact. For example, underground cables, good thing from that. Making the power station in such a way that the power station, the generators are not affected by the hurricane. Putting a proper restoration plan in place to facilitate the quick restoration. Then you have things, climate change cause temperature increases. One of the things that and high temperatures have a negative impact on the grid. I call it a double whammy, where you have at first the generators and the transmission and distribution lines. The capacity reduces as the temperature increases, but at the same time there is a higher demand for electricity. And that thing, so you have to plan for that in the terms of climate change. Then you also have water. The power station runs on water. We have been experiencing droughts, and so we will want to make sure that the power station has a secure supply of water, because the power station needs water in order to function. The other thing is international events. Well, the supply chain issue at the moment don't seem to be affecting our supply of fuel, but that could happen.
That could change at any point in time.
You don't know when there will be some event, international event. That thing. The answer to that is to have more indigenous energy sources like solar and wind and geothermal, so that if there is some international event, they have a less of an impact on our grid. And if all those things would go to make the grid and the energy system more resilient.
I like the angle that you have spoken from, Bertil, especially as it relates to the international events, because we often tend to think that because we're an island, we exist on our own, and we are connected to a larger global space. So if something is taking place, as we see now, we're having challenges with the global supply chain. We at some point in time, we're having a global health crisis. These global events can have impact on us locally and our energy sector. And that is the reason why we need more people to be in tune. We need more people to study in the fields within the energy sector. And I know a lot of our activities were based on or catered to children and young people, because we're doing a lot of information sharing and a lot of public awareness. But for anyone who might be listening, or any child who might listen at a later point because they're in school, what are some of the careers or opportunities that are available in the energy sector?
Well, almost all of the areas that you could be studied in education could be applied to the energy sector. The one that people look at most is what we call the science, technology, engineering, and maths.
The STEM.
Those are very important. All of the branches of engineering, but mainly electrical and mechanical engineering, are very critical to the energy sector. The energy sector has a very large environmental footprint and affect global warming, climate change, and so people who are studied in that area would also be needed. When you look at geothermal, I've been involved in some geothermal exploration here in St. Kitts, and it's a wide range of professionals that were brought in to deal with these geophysicists, geochemists. You would need civil engineers. You would need mining engineers for the drilling, but then you could move beyond the STEM because it's a business. So you would want administrative people. You would need financial people, and so forth. So it's almost anything. And when you have a business, then you would want people like you, communications people. They need public relations. So it's not just about STEM, even though STEM are the areas that most interact with the energy system itself. There's a whole support system that's around that so no matter what area that you study in, you could still work in the energy system, energy.
Wonderful. And I know SKELEC in particular has a career, a campaign that is about careers in STEM, where we actively try to encourage students to pursue careers in STEM, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, because we really want to have a direct pipeline for our future engineers, our future climbers, our future GIS specialists. So we really want students to focus on those areas and consider the energy sector as an avenue or another industry where you can seek employment. And as Bertie would have rightfully mentioned, I didn't study STEM. I studied communications, I did English, I did media relations, but I ended up in a STEM field in the energy sector, which is so vast. The learning curve is so big. I learn every day about what this sector includes, and my skills in public relations and media has been quite helpful to this company. So I want you to also think about, even within your traditional career paths, whether it is in accounting, because we do have accountants, IT, that is a major component of STEM that we didn't really speak about, but a lot of the, well, I guess both of you are better able to explain the role of IT in the energy sector.
An example, and a few years ago, SKELEC installed what advanced metering infrastructure system. The public know it generally as the smart meters, where they read them remotely. And at the same time, they installed a SCADA system. And that is in itself basically an IT project. You could stay in the office and read the meters, turn them on, turn them off, diagnose problems with them. Then you could this reading,
the remote readings and the maintenance, the connections, the disconnections.
Yes. Prepaid.
Prepaid as well, where you can top up your account.
And that is basically IT. Yes.
So IT is a major component.
Yes, the billing system at SKELEC is IT. There are SCADA systems throughout SKELEC where there is IT. A lot of the equipment, IT, electronic equipment, IT related.
And then we do have to think about cybersecurity as well, which is a major field within the sector as well. But we have done a lot of talking this morning. I'm confident that we have aired and ventilated a lot of the subtopics that come under the major theme about dependence to resilience. I'm going to open the phone lines now. I'm going to encourage anyone who is listening to give us a call and ask your questions or contribute to the conversation that we have taken place this morning about Energy Month 2021, from dependence to resilience. I look forward to hearing your contributions, and I look forward to the public in general participating in any of the activities that we have earmarked for Energy Month, particularly our health walk that's coming up this weekend. Please come out in your green. It's gonna be a good walk. We're hoping to get the participants energized. That's the purpose of this physical activity. And the youth parliament sitting that's coming up next week, am I right? The youth parliament sittings, they're usually quite entertaining and educating. And so we have the youth parliamentarians who are, I'm sure at this point in time, deep in their reading, trying to increase their knowledge to be able to explain the need for the energy policy and the reasons why we should be paying attention to particular areas. Do we have any callers, Ronnie? No?
Not as yet, no.
Not as yet. All right. So we are going to head into wrapping up the program since we don't have any callers.
Coming back to IT, one of the things that I know SKELEC is considering is a geographic information system.
Yes, GIS.
This would require a combination of IT, geography, and drafting, most likely, and those things. So it's almost all of the fields that are required to support an energy system.
Most definitely. And I'm always intrigued by GIS because I did do a GIS class at university and I quite liked it. I did mapping. I liked it. So I'm looking forward to that project. All right. Since we don't have any callers, and I know usually y'all wait until I say I don't have any callers and get off the air to start calling, but I gave you ample time today. And since we don't have any callers, we're going to move into wrapping up this morning's program. I'm going to allow both of you to just leave with your parting words and give us an idea of who the sponsors are and the remaining activities for Energy Month 2021.
All right. The major sponsors are SKELEC Launch, that's the solar company, the company that's doing the solar farm, North Star, and SKELEC. SKELEC, of course, is a major sponsor for our events. And we want you all, as I said before, to come out to the health walk on Saturday. We would like your support as well for the competitions that are going on. One competition ends this week, so they really need you to leave a like, share the video. And also the high school, they will need your support as well. So we're looking forward to see you coming out on Saturday especially.
I would also like to thank a number of persons and who are helping us, assisting us in these things. For example, we have a panel of 5 judges for the primary school competition. Who will judge the primary school competition. I won't name them, but I would like to take the opportunity to thank them. We also have a panel of 5 judges for the primary school. So 5 for the high school, 5 for the primary school. SKELEC has been a help for us. They have 3 members on the committee who are helping us in planning, and then you have the stakeholders who are contributing. You have stakeholders who will be participating in the energy fair on the 30th.
And you can tune into ZIZ Live to be able to view the energy fair on social media and on television, where we'll have the panel discussions and the different companies and stakeholders featuring their services and what they do energy related.
So all those stakeholders who are assisting us in making Energy Month a success, I would like to acknowledge them.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Brown. And thank you, Mr. Frank, for joining me on this morning's edition of Power Talk. I get a bit scared when my callers don't call in because I know the next time I come, they're going to tell me all where the lights don't work and all of these things. But I love you regardless, and we're heading into The month of December, I want us to definitely remember the reason for the season, and SKELEC will have a few promotions that we will hear about really soon. So by the next time I get here in December, I will have all of the good news and the goodies that you want to hear about. But until then, thank you for tuning in to this morning's radio program. My name is Patrice Harris, the Corporate Communications Manager at SKELEC. God bless you and have a wonderful day today.
SKELEC Radio, entertaining the nation, enjoyed by the world.